Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ruth McCabe, Project Director with the HATS, the Hospitality and Tourism Skills Network, and I'm delighted to welcome you to this webinar on funded skills support from the 6 FE colleges. This webinar is part of a series of information sessions that are being hosted by HATS in partnership with Tourism NI to share details on the available funded skills support which exists across a range of partner organisations to help you develop your people and your business as the industry starts on its pathway to recovery. You'll find details on tni.com for the other sessions in the series, which cover innovation vouchers, knowledge transfer partnerships, support for apprenticeships, and workplace health and well-being. And all the sessions are recorded, so you'll have the opportunity to access at a time that's convenient for you if you can't join us live. So before we begin, just by way of introduction to the HATS network, for those who are not familiar with it, I facilitate the network, and it brings together a strategic group of sector employers and key stakeholders who have a collective interest in addressing issues around sector attractiveness and skills development within the tourism and hospitality industry. And one strand of our activity is focused on raising employer awareness of available funded skills support to help the sector build back better from the impact of the pandemic, but also to be able to grow a well-trained and engaged workforce. And it's within that context that we're bringing you these bite-sized information sessions to hear about the skills support and to help provide ease of access to that provision. So this webinar session will look at how you can access skill-funded support from the FE College network for upskilling and innovation, etc. And so to begin, it's my pleasure to welcome Rachel Burns and Margaret McCabe, who will be joining us from Belfast Met on behalf of the 6 College FE network. So to kick things off, we'll hear firstly from Rachel with a short presentation on the range of supports, and then we'll open up for questions at the end, which I just want to urge you that you've got your chat function so you can submit your questions directly into that, and we'll pick those up once we get into the Q&A. So now we'll hear directly from Rachel Burns.
Thank you for having me today. To introduce myself, I am Rachel Burns and I'm the Economic Development Manager at Belfast Met. I'm here today to showcase to you some of the support programmes available across all 6 colleges. Each of the colleges has a business development team who work on these programmes and are keen to speak to you about the different ways in which we can support your business. Hopefully my presentation today will generate some thoughts and ideas as to how you could potentially engage with your local college. The first programme I'd like to discuss today is Skills Focus. Since April 2020, the Skills Focus programme has offered 100% funding to support SMEs in upskilling their staff to achieve qualifications. The core criteria around this programme is that a company or social enterprise must have under 250 employees. Courses, not the business, must be in priority sectors and qualifications must be at a level 2 and above. Activities that wouldn't be supported include training that an employer's statutory or legal requirement, as well as renewal of a qualification. Now, you're probably thinking, that's great, but what does that mean to my business? Well, I've put together some examples of courses that may be of interest to businesses in the hospitality and tourism sector, using the example perhaps of a hotel chain, where I put together these courses that could stretch across the wider business. So food and drinks handling rules. Across the colleges, we offer training in food safety and hygiene, allergen awareness, professional cookery, barista skills, bartendering. In a customer facing role, so perhaps reception, food beverage assistance, we've got customer service, complaints handling, maybe not as relevant towards the hotels, but I've also thrown in there tour guiding, which the colleges offer. In management and support roles, now these go across many different sectors, obviously. So leadership and management, the colleges offer a wide range of different levels and different topics within leadership and management, from level 3, which would be aspiring or new managers, right through to level 7 qualifications in leadership and management, which would be for strategic director level qualifications. Human resource practice, business and administration, accounting technician and bookkeeping, computerized accounts, there's different courses there, as well as digital and professional marketing. So there's digital marketing at level 2, level 4, professional marketing, which is looking more at the strategy of marketing rather than the digital tools. Colleges offer that at levels 3, 4 and 6, I believe. And then also there's IT to consider. So for those who are office based within the workplace, there's courses around the Microsoft Outlook packages, so spreadsheets, Word, email, how do you use them? Maybe if there's an IT department or an IT team, there's networking. I thought software development was one would be interesting to bring up for perhaps if you're a tourism company and you're wanting to develop a mobile app and you're interested in developing your team and upskilling them in software development. And again, cybersecurity, which the importance of protecting your data is necessary for so many businesses. So that's just an example of the breadth of courses that are available now. I must stress that not every college delivers every single one of these courses. However, I would encourage you to speak to your local college and they will point you in the right direction. As well as that, come and chat to us because I'm sure that we can tailor courses and we can make them fit to your particular needs. I'm just going to show you a very quick video now.
Guapo Fresh Mexican is a Mexican food outlet. We do fresh food every day. We pride ourselves on our food being fresh and homemade. The business needed skills training, firstly as a result of my own lack of experience. This is the first time I've ever had a business, so there was lots of different elements of the business where I needed support, and then also with the staff that I brought on board, making sure that they were upskilled with terms of customer service and food hygiene and management training as well.
Claire's barriers and frustrations in getting into business was coming up with recipes in terms of new product development, how to standardise those so that the product she could offer was the same every day. So the initial piece started around recipe standardisation. We also saw that there was a need in terms of skill set. So that was supported through Skills Focus, through a number of programs. So it allowed the staff to upskill and allowed the whole business to advance.
The Innovate Us programme was a vital programme in terms of getting me up and started with the business. It helped me to launch my product. It also helped me to have a greater understanding of the products and the menu specifications. The skills focus side of it with the staff has been tremendous. We have had customer service training conducted here within the premises for 2 days, and that helped really just to refresh everybody and key in terms of giving the best possible customer service.
I've done a level 2 in customer care. I've done my level 2 food hygiene, and I'm also done a ILM level 5 in management and leadership. I'm more confident in my work. I'm able to train new staff members, keep the customers happy and keep them coming back. That's the main thing.
The department has supported us, which has been required. I'm only a small independent business, and I started off as a team of 3. I now have a team of 9 here in Derry and a team of 4 in Oma, and to get them through training and to have the support and funding has really helped me to deliver training that without possibly I wouldn't be in a position to offer to the staff.
So you'll have seen from the Guapo Mexican video that they work with Northwest Regional College to upskill their staff in customer care, food hygiene and leadership and management. They also mentioned new product development, and this was supported under the Innovate Us programme. Innovate Us provides fully funded training to help your business embed skills that supports innovation of a new product, process or service. When you contact a college about Innovate Us, a member of the business development team will meet with you and discuss your ideas about how you want to innovate and develop the business. After getting a clear idea of the business need, we'll develop a project plan and align you with one of our innovation delivery lectures. They will work with you and they will show you how to create that new product or service. You can have 3 consecutive projects, all with a maximum of 60 hours. And the real benefit of Innovate Us is that after the training, when we've stepped away, the skills have been embedded and you'll be able to continue to innovate and develop the product or service. So for Innovate Us, the scope is so wide in the areas we can upskill you in. These are just a small number of areas that I'm hoping showcase the breadth of support on offer. In IT, the colleges have been working with businesses during the pandemic to help them pivot their business. We've been showing companies how to use technology to engage with customers. So, for example, showing a training company how to set up a new virtual learning platform for them to engage better with their customers online. Or we've supported projects for tourism companies to develop virtual reality tours now so that they're still reaching customers during the pandemic. In product design, the colleges offer support in every step of the product design process, taking companies through the early conceptualization stages, showing them how to use CAD software to design the product, through to using 3D printers to create the prototypes. In food development, the colleges can support small businesses who are working on developing a new food product, so they can profile ingredients, standardize recipes, show a company how to upscale production. For a food outlet, such as a small coffee shop, as an example, we can look at the current products on offer and show how you can update these, widen out the product range, or make them healthier, so reduction of sugar, salt, or fat. Fashion and textiles, again, support to help bring an idea to life. We show you the different product design stages and how to sew or manufacture a garment. Now, this isn't always fashion either, so when we think of fashion, we do think garments, but we've taught companies how to design and develop, for example, a secure backpack for traveling through to products for new mums and babies to use. So this list is by no means the extent of the upskilling available. If you want to explore a new product concept or look at how you can develop a new process or transform a current service, I would just recommend you get in touch with your local college who can discuss the range of support available through Innovate Us. So innovation vouchers are funded by Invest in I to support innovative projects such as product development, proof of concept work, prototyping, research and testing. Invest in I open 4 calls for innovation vouchers a year. The next call is on the 12th of April and will be open for about 3 weeks. The online application is short and provides Invest in I with enough detail on the background of the project, what you need to develop it and how you plan to progress the idea. Whilst the application itself is online and must be submitted by the company, the colleges are here and happy to help you with your application or provide guidance on the support and facilities we have available for you. Again, scope of the projects are wide. I've listed a few just to highlight some of the areas that the colleges have provided support to the industry in the past. Innovation is unique, so no 2 projects are the same. Areas that traditionally aren't funded are marketing, website development, standard app development. If your application has been approved, you'll be awarded a £5,000 voucher to support your work with the college. Vouchers remain active for 9 months, and in this time you can work with the college on the development of the project. Now, with Innovate Us, which I previously mentioned, we upskill you to embed innovation into the business, whereas for the innovation voucher, we work on the development of the project for you, keeping you involved and updated throughout. Over the years, we've worked on projects around developing Alexa modules for a local accommodation provider. We've developed prototypes for fridge thermometers that mimic the internal temperature of food. Or we've looked at developing an algorithm to create smart apps that match consumers to restaurants. And also, as mentioned before, the colleges can provide support in food product development projects. So, we can do nutritional analysis and testing. It's definitely worth having a conversation with your local college if you're considering exploring an innovative new concept and just aren't sure of what the next steps are. So Connected is another programme that can support businesses. It's the colleges and universities and industry working together. So I'm going to show you a short video just to give you a bit of context of what the programme is about.
Connected in Northern Ireland is really about getting knowledge transfer from universities and colleges across Northern Ireland into small businesses and growing companies to help them develop. The amazing thing about it is how well the 3 universities and the 6 colleges cooperate with each other to support business. I think Connected NI provides a real opportunity for business across Northern Ireland, no matter where they live, where they're based, to get access to leading edge innovation, leading edge research, and to help that make a difference to their business. And even at this time where it's difficult to physically get to businesses, physically get to universities and colleges, Connected NI is here. It's always been here during the pandemic, because we can operate online, we can operate at a distance, and I think it's a testament to colleagues in all 3 universities and 6 colleges that they've actually gone that extra mile to make sure that we're there every day to support businesses.
So Connected's core aim is to support and encourage innovation within industry. It does this by enabling the colleges and universities to work together, share learning, share experiences, collaborate together, and then bring all that knowledge back to industry. Every college focuses on different areas. They mostly fall under support in areas of IT, product development, engineering, and food development. Through the programme, the colleges run a number of events and webinars now. Over March, Belfast Met's running a series on supporting innovation through technology, product design, podcasting. Southern Regional College recently ran webinars on topics from AR, VR technology through to inventory management. Connected provides that platform for the colleges to develop ourselves in areas that are emerging so that we are prepared and able to support your business projects. I'd recommend you following Connected on Twitter, so it's @ConnectedNI. They send out lots of tweets about the activities ongoing across all the colleges, universities, and funders, so it's definitely worth a look. So next we've got the Skills Intervention Programme. So the Skills Intervention Programme came about as a result of the pandemic. In May, the Department for the Economy first launched the programme, fully funding 2,000 places to complete online short courses. In September, they funded then an additional 3,000 free places on these courses. Places were available for individuals whose jobs have been impacted by COVID, so either through furlough, reduced working hours, if someone was at risk of redundancy or had been made redundant. The college has been working together to create a broad range of short courses in different areas. I've got the NI Direct link on the screen to provide further information on the courses. Now, some of these courses will have already completed, but it's worth contacting your local college and asking them to keep you informed when the next courses become available. Most of the courses are delivered fully online and lead to a qualification for the learner. More recently, the colleges have looked to supporting graduate programs. So these have been developed through Skills Intervention, and they support learners to not only gain qualifications, but to secure work placements and actually put that learning into practice for a business. The colleges are currently working with both the HATS network and Tourism NI to develop a more tailored offering to those working in the hospitality and tourism industry. So keep a lookout for more information coming on this in the next few weeks. And that's me. So I put the contact details of each of the college's business development support teams up on the screen there. I would really encourage you to come and talk to your local college. You know, I've only touched on 4 or 5 there programs that we have available, but you know, the colleges itself have a much wider offering than just those programs. You know, beyond apprenticeships, which you may have already heard of earlier today, to student placements, student projects. You know, we're keen to engage with companies to bring them in and talk to our students. There's so much collaboration and potential opportunities there for businesses and the colleges to work together. So I would really encourage you to make your first step and speak to the colleges about how can we help you. And we're more than happy to talk. We just want to get the message out here that we're here and we're here to support you. And you know, come chat to us. Great, thank you. Bye.
Thanks very much, Rachel. Certainly a very informative presentation and a real breadth of offer that's available across the college network for upskilling, pivoting the business, bringing in new concepts and addressing emerging skills that are arising out of the pandemic. At this stage, I'd just like to invite Rachel to put her camera on and come join us, and also her colleague Margaret McCabe from the college, as well as we lead into just the Q&A session. For those of you who's joining us, again, just a reminder, your chat function's there. If there's any questions that you have coming out of the presentation that you want to address to either Rachel or Margaret, please just feed them in and we'll pick them up. I'll open up for questions. I've got a few that are in there at the moment that have been coming through just during the presentation. So Margaret, Rachel, just there's clearly a real breadth of support that's available there, and thanks for giving that that quick guide across the piece. If I could pick up just, I suppose, in and around sort of skills focus, because I know that obviously that's supporting a lot in terms of upskilling and the likes of Innovate Us. What's the turnaround time if a business is looking to apply for either of those now? What's the turnaround time from their application to actually getting some of these project or skill supports off the ground?
Rachel, I'm happy to pick that one up if you like. The turnaround time in terms of the application process is pretty quick, pretty instantaneous. We will make an appointment with the business, and we will chat a little about the program and also the range and breadth of requirements. So we'll be thinking all along about what we can do in totality, not just one particular course that they maybe have inquired about. In terms of the application process, we will go through the application in terms of eligibility with the client, and in terms of just a bit of data capture and a bit about the requirements, and as I said, the breadth of requirements for the business. We will then talk about the various courses that are available to them, and it's just one or two signatures, and the process is complete. If the businesses are eligible, we can then refer them to the enrolment onto the courses with regards to skills focus, and obviously that just depends on when the courses are running, Roisin, in terms of availability. The application process pretty instantaneous, can really be completed in a short one-to-one interview with the business, and that's that bit done and dusted, and then it really depends on the timetable of the courses that are available.
Great, thanks Margaret. And kind of number, if we've got common skills issues or common needs across a number of businesses, particularly if they're small businesses, can businesses come together with those common skills needs and be supported through some of those programs? So which or any of those programs allow for that?
Yes, absolutely. Well, Innovate Us wouldn't really allow for that, Roisin, in that the skills, the upskilling is very bespoke to the business's individual requirements. So Innovate Us would be very much tailored to suit individual businesses. However, skills focus, absolutely. I mean, we will certainly look if there is a growing demand within a sector. We will try and contextualize the likes of the leadership and management qualifications or the digital marketing qualifications around a particular sector. So absolutely, there's capacity if there is a sort of sectoral demand. We will certainly facilitate a more bespoke skills focused course, particularly in the areas of leadership and management, which lends itself to that adaptability and again, say the likes of the digital marketing courses.
Yeah, and I know Rachel has obviously already touched on it. We are working with you across the college network to look at a bespoke offering out to the sector, so it'll be good to actually test that as a pilot, perhaps some wider initiatives in terms of being available across the sector as a whole.
And I suppose, Roisin, I should have added as well that if there's if there's adequate demand within a particular business that they want a bespoke course delivered to them that we have on offer, but bespoke to their business, we can also develop a bespoke like the leadership management course for that business, that particular business.
And are there limits to the number of people for upskilling within a business? Can the business upskill all of their people under the skill support that's there, or is there a cap or any caps in terms of the number of people in a business that can be supported for training?
No, there would be no limits now. But one of the criteria is just around the funding, so there would be a funding limit regarding de minimis. So provided that you haven't got your over 200,000 euros, I believe, of de minimis in a 3-year period, you're okay to go ahead and draw down that funding to upskill your staff. So that would be the only restriction, really.
And certainly the introduction of the 100% funding from the Department for the Economy for the skills focus now, I would imagine that that's been well taken up by businesses. And maybe just on that one, I mean, in terms of, you've shared, Rachel, in your presentation, the Mexican company, and in terms of sort of an example of the impact of the program and where it was working. Can can you just, I mean, again, from your own experience and examples, are there successful initiatives that you've seen in terms of the use of Skills Focus or Innovate Us, and what impacts are you seeing as a result on either the business or in the individuals as a result of the training? So where are you seeing the impact? What sorts of things?
Well, just firstly sorry, I'll go for Innovate Us. From an Innovate Us perspective, we've spent a lot of time the past year working with companies in areas of IT. A lot of companies were doing a lot of face-to-face, so we spent a lot of time this year pivoting their business and moving them online, and helping support them in the use of their technology. Developing maybe web applications, or showing them how to do video training. From the likes of a gym who's had their facilities completely shut down, and showing them how they can use technology to keep their business, and in many cases grow their business. We've found a lot of businesses that we're working with who we've been able to support through Innovate Us are now, hopefully when the pandemic, the restrictions reduce, they'll go back to normal, but they've also now got new strands of their business that will continue to grow beyond just this. So I think Innovate Us, I've seen huge impacts from Innovate Us over this past year. We get lovely comments in from companies about how the trainings helped them achieve sales, and really supported them. So Margaret, I don't know if you want to maybe touch on Skills Focus.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was one example that springs to mind in terms of the impact, I suppose, is one business who has utilised the whole range of courses across their HR department, their finance department, their marketing department, and then leadership and management across all departments in the business. And they have now put through this year, they're approaching 15 staff have gone through just this year alone various courses. The really, I suppose, rewarding thing for us to hear is that the other staff are being encouraged to avail of the programme through people who have participated. So it's a good sort of indictment of the courses and how much it's benefiting and having real impact. It's catching, across the businesses, and that business has actually referred another business to us who equally have put 7 staff through. So the news is spreading, and that's what we want about the real impact that these accredited courses are giving to the employees. It's instilling a confidence in the employees. It is having real impact on the business in terms of productivity, in terms of morale. I mean, one of the comments that I would that I have been given in recent times is, at this very difficult and challenging time, it's hard to find a lot to offer the staff, but these developmental opportunities have just picked people up, and it's something to focus on through these challenging times, and it's having real positive impacts in the business. And I think it's nearly helping businesses plan for when we come out of these times, and they've spent the time really productively developing their people.
Perfect, Margaret. Thank you. And I think a really lovely summary in terms of just the impact that the skills interventions can actually have on the business, and actually the individual as well, and that it's key that people that are coming back into the business, hopefully as restrictions ease, that we can re-engage them, motivate them, and to actually help to retain them within the sector by growing those vital skills as well. So that's all the questions that we have time for. I'm looking to wrap things up and bring the session to a close. I'd like to thank with yourself, Rachel and Margaret, for your time and contributions this afternoon. And I hope you'll agree that it's been a very insightful session. I would urge you to follow up on the links that we will be sending on in terms of the 6 college leads, to look at accessing the support via your local college. Can I also thank Tourism NI for hosting this webinar series with us, and of course to you for attending. I hope that you've gained value and insight from the webinar, and urge you to look not only at the skill support that's available through this webinar that's been shared, but also some of the other sessions in the information series, which might also be of benefit as well. We will be sending on a copy of the presentation and a link to a skills funding guide, which we've produced through the HATS network, which gives an overview of all of the support programs that are available across a range of organisations, and contact details for follow-up. So we hope that we'll see some of you in some of the other sessions, and again, engaging perhaps in some of the bespoke interventions that we look forward to in the coming while. But for now, I'll close the event, and thank you again for your time, and have a lovely afternoon.